Our menu for today: fish and tomato sauce, sidings, fresh salad from the garden, and white rice. You're watching the Filipino food series. Let's join Romulo at his small kitchen. Brace up, we're not just cooking. There's history, marine biology, foreign language, kitchen tips, and of course, fun. Warm greetings. I'm very happy because finally my cameraman is here. Let's welcome him back, our Yaya Ludo. And today, it's his request that we cook something from the sea. And guess what? If you enjoy sardines or fish in tomato sauce and menudo or caldereta, you will like this because we will be cooking fish in tomato sauce. This recipe came from Spain and this is very popular in Cavite in the Philippines, particularly during the Holy Week. Very simple ingredients: fresh or dried cod or labahita, garlic and onion, paprika or pimienton, tomato paste, oil, salt and pepper. We're cooking today bacalao a la Viscaina. We don't have bacalao in the Philippines because bacalao or cod in English thrive only in cold waters of the Atlantic. It has to be less than 10 degrees Celsius for this fish to thrive. So what's the solution? We use labahita. Same, almost the same white fish. I've got 2 paprikas here or bell pepper. I have here dried and here fresh. You might think it's always better to use fresh, but there are ingredients that are better used dried. Look at my herbs here. These are all dried because they are better used dried. One example of an herb that's better used as dried is laurel. I have here even dried tomato. Let's face it, everything that's dried, may it be fruit, fish or herb, tastes are more enhanced compared to when they are fresh. So for now, I'm going to use the dried paprika. Ideally, it should be free completely of seeds. I'm rushing, and they're not that hot either. There is a very interesting story to this recipe, but I'll tell you about it later. First, we'll cook. We'll cook first. And this is basically a stew recipe. If you know menudo, caldereta, mechado, what else? Estofado, all those recipes that end with O. We just replace the meat with fish. Let's start. As in all our meat dishes, start with the onion and garlic and gisa in oil. Sorry, gisa. We should say sofreír, stir fry. As an option, we can also add garbanzos or guisantes to this. Yeah, everything that you can add to your meat dish, you can add to this. But for this time, we're not adding, even potatoes, we're not adding those. Yes, puro, maraming isda. We'll add the paprika now. And water. The amount of chili is obviously not enough. We should be generous with chili here, so I'm adding this. Dried or powdered dry paprika or pimienton or bell pepper. If you don't have tomato paste, tomato sauce is also good. Or lots of tomatoes. The salsa Viscaina is simply a mixture of basically tomato sauce and pepper. The same sauce that we have for our meat dishes in the Philippines, menudo, etc. This kind of sauce essentially came from Iberia. If you use daing or bulad, you don't have to add salt, but you have to soak the bulad first in water overnight. Change the water several times until it's no longer very salty. I did not mention that we can also use here breadcrumbs to thicken the sauce, or flour, just a bit of flour to thicken the sauce. That's not the correct way of thickening the sauce, but it works. This is a result of wrong order, because in tracing the history of this recipe, a merchant or an importer in the Basque in Spain ordered in the telegram 100 or 200 in Spanish, 100 o 200, but it was misread. The spaces were deleted, so it read as 1000200. So instead of 100 pieces of bacalao, that amount was delivered. So it was a crisis. What will they do with that amount of fish? So the search for a good recipe to serve fish as appetizingly as possible as meat. So this was introduced, bacalao a la Viscaina. We just have to thicken the sauce a bit, and then we'll just add the fish. In the Philippines, this is popular mainly in Cavite because of its locations. In Manila Bay, that's where the Spanish galleons dock, and they brought tons and tons of dried bacalao, or in English, cod. In France, cabillaud. You might be asking me, how about in Italy? They don't have it because the waters in Italy in the Mediterranean is warm. Cod don't live there. This is found only in cold waters. And the Dutch, they have in Dutch.
Now let's grill the Dutch.
The Dutch have corrupted the name into cabillaud. Really, cabillaud, from bacalao, cabillaud, the Dutch cabillaud. Fortunately, we don't have it in the Philippines. We use labahita. Traditionally, we have to flake the fish if it was salted, but this is fresh, so we might as well add it directly to the sauce. So we do it now.
While waiting for our putahe to cook, let's prepare a simple salad, fresh from the garden, rucola and tomato.
Finally, I got a chance to use this from France.
Yes, just oil, lemon juice, salt and pepper. Done.
I think it's good. Let's open our dish. It's a bit thin. Let's thicken the sauce a bit more. Thicken the sauce using the tradition of my father's friend Chudoro de la Rosa in his memory. Tinapay, breadcrumbs. I should have pounded the crackers first, but this is salt.
Not bad, the cracker bits even decorated the recipe. It's more presentable.
Our bacalao a la Viscaina. Praises to our friends from Cavite, where this is a tradition. And you can also do it at home. Very basic ingredients. Whatever you mix in your mechado, menudo, and all your meat dishes, just mix it with fish, labahita preferably. Kahit na bulag, pwede, as long as you soak it first in water, and it should be white fish. It's really good. It's really good. Our bacalao a la Viscaina from Iberia, brought to the Philippines and sustained, the tradition sustained in Cavite. Let's do it at home. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope to have you again next time as we bring you more of our cooking here at the kitchen, and this summer also from the garden.
Your Kuya Uncle here, joined today by my Yaya Luda. Our cameraman is back. He can now travel from Belgium. The lockdown protocols have been relaxed a bit, so he's here with us. Thank you. Until next time, your Kuya Uncle here, Romulo. Dios tagbati. Yeah. And of course, let's start this, our rucola salad, or any salad that you have. It's good to have a meat or fish dish with something green and white rice. We're Pinoys after all.